Hello, world. Today is a sad day. We've lost one of our leaders in Teddy Kennedy. This video is not about Teddy Kennedy. This is about the passing of an era of a whole family, which, for some of us who have lived through the greatest part of the 20th century, where we've literally lost a whole family right before our eyes. For you young people, you have only seen little bits and pieces of the family in news, but for some of us, born back in the 40s, we have watched the rise of the Kennedy family, and not their demise, but all of their deaths. We've lost two complete generations and part of a third in this last 50 or 60 years. And it is one of America's great icons in the family. It's also one of our greatest losses, and how tragic their demises have been. For some of you I'm talking to out there, you will remember the days of John F. Kennedy running against Richard Nixon for president back in 1960. We would have our own little elections down in the cafeteria and be talking about who liked who, Kennedy or Nixon, and we didn't even know who Kennedy was. And then we would learn about the family. We would learn, there was the father, Joe, and Rose, the mom. Of course, Joe went early after some strokes, and Mom lived on and on and on. They were preceded in death by two of the Kennedy children. Jack Jr. Served in World War II and vanished over the English Channel as a pilot. His sister died in a plane crash sometime during the 40s. Another sister spent her life in an institution, mentally disabled. Of course, we lost our great president, John F. Kennedy, back in '63, and we all know where we were on that day. We lost Bobby. Some of us watched Bobby give his last speech. We watched as he left the podium. We watched as the credits on the TV program ended and instantly came back as all hell broke loose and we lost another great leader. Just last week we lost another Kennedy sister, and of course now we've lost Teddy. In between that, the family suffered all kinds of normal tragedies, as most do. But again, one of the most tragic in my lifetime was the loss of young John Kennedy and his wife in that plane crash. I can remember being just devastated that beautiful people like that were gone from this earth, full of potential, full of a lot of things. And I cried when that young man died like that. So we've come to an end of an era here in the United States of America. Two sets of the patriarch families are now gone forever. And hopefully the new generations of Kennedys will continue to lead and inspire. I'm not talking politics here, folks. This has nothing to do with liberalism, left, right. It has to do with the people that do get out there and have the power to try to influence and lead the country, and also inspire us in just in our daily lives by watching how we watch Camelot and Jackie and John in the White House, and how for me I got to kind of step in his shoes later on when I toured Berlin and saw how revered John F. Kennedy was from his Ich bin ein Berliner speech. So an era is over, and that's really all I have to say about that, except for in Gus's treasure trove of keepsakes, I found this. As you can see here, it says the American National Red Cross To the Kennedy family from John Fitzgerald Kennedy. I got this in basic training, and I have no idea who gave it to me. It was another GI. Perhaps he was writing copies of this on this American Red Cross stationery. Perhaps he wrote this. I've never heard it before. It's a poem. And I'm going to, for the first time, share this with anybody in my life. I've never shared this. It's just been in the treasure trove, and I'm going to share this poem. To the Kennedy family from John Fitzgerald Kennedy. Sorry I had to leave right away. I look down and smile at you every day. Little Patrick asked to say hi. I love you, I'm happy, so please don't cry. And Caroline, I'd like to say how proud Daddy was of you that day when you stood like a lady and watched me go by, and doing as Mommy did, you tried not to cry. Little John, now you're the big man, so take care of Mommy the best you can. You were just a little soldier, that salute was so brave. Thanks for the flag that you placed on my grave. And Jackie, there was no time for goodbye, but I'm sure you could read the farewell in my eyes. I'll treasure your love throughout eternity. So please carry on as you did before, till all of us must meet on heaven's bright shore. Remember I love you, remember I care. I'll always be with you, though you don't see me there. Love, Jack. This was obviously a poem written in the guise of John F. Kennedy the day of his funeral. And unfortunately, except for Caroline, they are all together now on heaven's eternal shore. So that's all I have to say today, a little piece of history of the Kennedy family, and dating back to 1960 for us. That makes it what, 50 some years, 59 years of the Kennedys in our life, and now they're all gone. This is Gus and Ording saying goodbye now and have a good day.